This week's podcast is brought to you by Audible.com. Get a free audiobook download and a 30-day free trial at audibletrial.com/DJForceX. There are over 180,000 titles to choose from for your iPhone, Android, Kindle, or MP3 player. This episode of the DJ Force X podcast is proudly sponsored by Fixed. Fixed is a fan and artist-friendly independent record label that specializes in hybrid electronic rock. It's home to the likes of Celduella, Blue Starly, I Will Never Be the Same, Richie Nix, The Algorithm, Voicians, CD Akira, and a whole bunch more. Check out their latest label sampler for just $1 at their official store, fixedstore.com. That's FIXT store.com. Save 10% off your first order by using my coupon code FORCEX. That's FORCEX. They have loads of shirts, hoodies, stickers, posters, and many other accessories for all their artists, and this is available worldwide with fantastic international shipping rates to go with that. So head over to fixedstore.com and check them out. And don't forget, use my coupon code FORCEX. Hello, and welcome to this early episode of the DJ Force X podcast. Yes, new sponsor, audible.com. Check them out. If you like audiobooks, like someone else reading to you in bed, or, you know, just when you got long journeys and stuff, it's a great service to have. Free book every month. But you get a free one for signing up with my link, audibletrial.com/DJForceX. Anyway, the reason we're dropping this one early is because Keychain have a new EP out on the 1st of September. It's called Breaking Out. It's a self-release. I had them on the show. I got an interview with him, obviously, last week, JP. I'm talking about the vocalist, which is coming up shortly, but we're dropping it early because they're about to embark on a 30-date US tour as well, all off their own back, so I want to give them as much promotion as possible with that. So yeah, enjoy this early episode of the DJ Force X podcast, and if you're enjoying it, please leave a 5-star review on iTunes or Stitcher, depending on where you got this podcast from. So yeah, if you can do that for me, that would be great. Don't forget, check out my radio show every Tuesday, 11 p.m. UK time on totalrock.com. That's 6 p.m. East Coast, and then midnight on Saturdays East Coast time on themix.fm. That's mixx.fm. So yeah, enough throwing adverts and stuff at you and sort of self-promotion and all that kind of jazz. This is JP from the band Keychain. Enjoy. Welcome to this week's show. I have JP, who is the vocalist from the new metal band Keychain. They have a new single out right now called Prime Time, coming from a new EP called Breaking Out, which they're releasing themselves. Welcome to the show, JP.
Hey, thank you so much for having me, Barnaby. It's a real honor. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries at all, man. How are you doing today?
I'm feeling like $1,000,000, man. We're very excited to get on tour. We've got a 6-week tour lined up from Florida to Los Angeles, cross country in the States. And we're from Montreal, so that's a fun deal for us. Can't wait to connect with the people. We've just gotten some great news in that we're being represented for digital and physical distribution in the States,
nice.
Which is super dope. And we just finished our second music video, which we're going to release when we get back from tour. So things are really lining up for us.
Nice. So just to start out, just for the benefit of my listeners and things, could we get like an introduction to the band or any background information?
Absolutely. So Keychain is about 3 things. It's about one mind, one culture, one color, one class. We want to bring the power back to the people. That's the message. When it comes to the energy of the band and the power behind the strokes, Bran Panich is the founder of the band, and we started making music about a year ago when we met together, myself being the front man, and we just felt that nu metal chose us. Every time I was, finding a hip hop or funky type groove, the guys were asking me to elaborate on it, and it just became our sound. Bran didn't want to go commercial. He wanted to really keep his sound gritty, dirty, nasty, but raw and heavy and intense. So it just turned into a style that we had to call it what it was. Yeah. And that's the story of Keychain and the sound that we have right now.
I mean, on the nu metal sound, you do certainly have that vibe from the scene back in the day, if you will.
Thank you, man.
This is my youth I'm talking about now. So.
Mine too. And what I'm discovering is that a lot of people, purists from the metal scene, and I guess people in the hip hop world today are just sort of leaning towards trap and R&B and that type of vibe. This sound is something that people really did connect to in a couple generations stacked together that are still hungry and I think still receptive for the right group to step forward and carry the torch. So we're looking forward to earning the people's respect. We don't expect anybody to hand it over. We want to take it and we want to earn it.
Nice. I mean, like I was saying with your sound and vibe, it certainly has that kind of like the Limp Bizkit, Head P, Snot kind of, like it wasn't the only commercial side of it. It was the kind of what I would call the meat and potatoes of nu metal.
Yes,
it's that kind of like staple, if you will.
I hope that the lead singer for Head isn't upset that I kind of ripped his sound. Like sometimes during the songs, I'm like, yep. Like it just sounds natural to do that, and I just want to pay respects to him, and so everyone can know that that's the direct influence of that.
Nice.
It's just a question of us, following what we love to do, and I think a lot of music is about homage, as long as you're authentically bringing a new sound, a new flavor, and a new mold to your generation.
Cool. So where would you say you've already mentioned a few bands already, but where would you say your influences lie in your music making? Yeah,
so the direct influences of the band in order would be Korn, Rage Against the Machine, Seven Dust, Limp Bizkit, I guess you could say Head PE as well, of course, POD, and then if you keep digging deeper, my vocal sound. There's a Canadian artist called Matthew Good that that I'm influenced by. Tom York from Radiohead. I have that kind of vibe in my sound just because I listen to it so much.
Yeah.
That I think that we're just a product of our own influences. I know that Brand, the guitarist, is heavily influenced by Dimebag. He loves Pantera, and of course, the guys from the bands that I mentioned. Cody, the drummer, really enjoys Travis Barker, likes the heavy hits.
Nice.
Ray Lugier, and so on. So I think you're going to be able to hear those influences. It's the best of what we love.
Cool. So, going on to your releases, obviously Prime Time is out now. People can get that on YouTube and your website as well. And it mentions you have your EP coming out as well. Do you have a release date for that yet?
We have a release date. It's going to come out before the end of the month of August. So 29th is the projected release date. Cool. And technically, our publicist says that Monday is not the best day to drop an EP. But the individuals that we just signed with for distribution is just wanting to release everything as soon as possible before we get on tour. And so there's different philosophies that are melding together.
Yep.
And we are just trying to follow the best path. Things are going a little faster than we expected. We didn't realize that there would be this. I mean, we always believed in our product, but you know how it is, bro. It could take like 6 years. It took 4 albums for Pantera, who had their daddy's money and had a studio in their own basement before they even really started popping off. So we didn't expect, and that's with all due respect to all groups out there hustling and grinding, take the the opportunities that you have. 100%, nothing but love and respect. But we were kind of thinking it could take a little bit longer than this, but things are moving really fast, so we're very grateful.
Cool. And you had a Kickstarter running for your tour, is that correct?
Yeah, nothing too crazy. We tried the Kickstarter experience. We asked for $500, nothing crazy, just literally enough for the guys not to starve on tour, because we all quit our jobs just to go on tour.
All right. Okay.
Yeah, it costs us kind of a lot when you think about the early stages of making a band. No one's reaching into their pockets and throwing their money at us right now. So.
I've been there, and I feel your pain. So I endured that for a long time. And
pilgrimage,
exactly,
worth the sacrifice.
It's kind of like earning your keep, if you will, or earning your what do they call it? Yeah, just earning your keep.
Earning your place, totally. Yeah,
exactly. So and you do learn a lot on the road. So.
Yeah, we're excited to go on that journey, and nothing is supposed to be easy. You know, working a 9 to 5 with and going home to the wife every day, that's not easy either.
No.
So we're putting ourselves in the fire because this is what we all decided we wanted to do. We got different ages and different experience in the band. And so we really want to just sort of like meld that together and bring people an authentic product that hopefully is going to last, forever. So that when I'm old and laying down, I can be like, man, you know what? We did it. It was worth it. And hopefully we're still in the game by then.
Yeah,
so we'll see.
I mean, that's how I kind of feel about my experiences now. I've been out of bands now for about 5 years.
Okay.
But prior to that, since my sort of late teens, I was in music. I started off producing shows and running a fanzine.
Wow.
And then I was lucky enough to be asked by a band to be their DJ. So that's why I'm heavily into the new metal side of things, because I was that element of new metal that not a lot of people like.
Yeah.
So
yeah, that's awesome. We thought about maybe getting a DJ, but we don't have any contacts like that right now. I mean, Montreal is a good place for that, but we're doing our own thing for now. And if that opportunity comes up and we have somebody who can handle transitions between the tracks, special effects, or just to beef up the sound, there's definitely place for that. And then possibly rhythm guitarist or something like that. But right now we're really down to the raw elements of the band.
Yeah. So like I said, moving from being a musician, touring musician to sort of family life. The transition is difficult, but I look back on it and it was worth it. The money that was spent, the experiences, the ups, the downs, everything.
That's your identity, man.
Yeah, exactly. I wouldn't be this now if I didn't have that. So.
You just belong to somebody else, belong to an ideal that wasn't your own.
Exactly.
So, bro, be free, dude. Do your thing, man. And you're spreading the word now, and I appreciate that, Barney.
Yes.
Thank you, man.
Yeah, no worries. So, your tour coming up starts on the 31st. Is that correct?
Yeah, exactly.
It's in Tarpon Springs. That is actually 10 miles north of me right now, so I'm trying to see if I can get there.
Man, that would be awesome.
I'm based in Tampa, sort of North Tampa area. So.
Oh yeah, shout out to Tampa.
Yeah. So I'm going to try and make that show. I'm working, but I'm going to see if I can get something changed around and get up.
Sounds good. Sounds good, man. Yeah, we are. I mean, you know how it is, bro. When you're applying for visas and stuff like that, we just hope that nothing is going to prevent us from doing every single show on that tour. We worked really hard to book those shows. Mm-hmm. We pounded the pavement. We don't kick back and let anybody else do the job for us. We're really doing it. We hope that nothing hold us back from doing those dates. But we'll let you guys know.
How many dates do you actually have? I haven't got it in front of me. So.
This year we have over 50 dates in total, but on the tour we're at 30 dates.
30 dates. So that's quite. I mean, obviously, quite a job to do it. Yeah. I mean, that's quite a feat, and I applaud you for booking that.
Thank you, man.
And if you get through it unscathed, then that's awesome.
We'll see, man. What kind of things? You got any advice for us? What should we be wary of?
It's mainly getting food, venue toilets. Bring your own paper. That was always something when you're going around the UK. You're playing these tiny little venues, and that was the one thing bands always said: bring your own paper, and they're right. Do that. It seems silly, but that's one thing that I always tell bands to do.
Cool. Well, that's great advice. See, thank you, man, because that's insightful. And,
stock up with ramen noodles if you're not getting paid. So
yes. Well, you know what? This is really good advice, man. Thank you.
Yeah, no worries. So I've got a couple of questions left, just more about yourself on this one. Yes. These are questions I kind of ask everybody that I have on the show. Your 3 top albums that kind of mold you as the person/musician that you are now.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'm going to give you 9 Inch Nails. I guess you could say it's a cross between The Fragile and Downward Spiral, for sure. Yeah. Also, another album that I think I would say In a Coma, Matthew Good, Canadian artist, the acoustic sort of rendition. It's all of his best hits, half of which are acoustic, half of which are reproduced. You should check out In a Coma by Matthew Good, really great. Cool. And the last album that really summarizes me, I'm going to say, this is going to sound a little bit left field. I'm gonna give you 4 albums, okay? But it would be Linkin Park, definitely. Okay. I love Reanimation. Okay. The reason why Reanimation is really the one for me is because I asked my mom when I was a kid. It's hard, man. Rage is a huge one too for me. But I'm gonna say Linkin Park more because I fought it. See, I was one of those kids who was always like, man, I don't want to get into this type of music. I was always a year or 2 behind trends because I would always kind of resist the trend and I would let the music really take me. and it's really surprising that I ended up doing this style of music, man. I didn't expect this, but it came naturally, so that's why I know it's the right move.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I would say Reanimation, Linkin Park, and then the last one I would say Portishead. Which is I'm a huge trip hop fan.
Yeah.
Massive Attack, Portishead, and that's just all the emotions that come out of the music. So me personally, as a lead singer of this band, those would be like my top 5 albums.
Nice.
But we are so incredibly different, me and the lead guitarist. That's why you get a really authentic sound.
Yeah, no, that's quite a diverse set of music right there.
Yeah, man.
They can entwine.
Sure.
I mean, I'm a huge fan of Massive Attack and that Portishead sort of sound as well. So
yeah. One day, man, I'm gonna get on it. One day, I swear to God, before I'm dead, like. If whatever this like heavy shit pops, I'm also gonna have a side project. I just absolutely love music of all
Nice.
kinds. So
cool. So what are your hobbies away from the music?
Well, I did martial arts for 12 years. I'm a second-degree black belt in traditional Okinawan Karate Do. I went to Japan twice, got 2 gold medals.
Nice.
So that's a bit of a story about myself and my perspective, discipline, and all that. Respect also is a big part of that lesson. I love video games, man. Role-playing games, RPGs is my thing. Sometimes I like to, I kind of have to stay away from any combustibles, if you know what I mean. Now, because I'm singing all the time, but when I wasn't, I was sort of indulging in that and just sort of kicking back in front of my Xbox or my computer and just like playing some games. Those are some of my major hobbies. Other than that, I like extreme sports, man. I like bungee jumping.
Cool.
I like strong emotions. So yeah.
Nice. And finally, where can people reach you?
All right. Keychainofficial.com, Facebook /KeychainOfficial, Instagram.com/KeychainOfficial. You can find us on Twitter at Keychain_band. We're also going to start the Snapchat vibe. I have my own Snapchat account. So does Cody, the drummer. But we're gonna work on having an actual Keychain Snapchat that maybe all the guys share at Keychain_band. So there it is. So it's either Keychain Official or Keychain_band. Make sure you check out Prime Time, brand new video called Prime Time by Keychain. Spread the word. Yep. And check out our new album EP called Breaking Out. It's going to be available before the end of the month. That's Breaking Out, available everywhere. And that's it.
Nice.
The new metal revival is real.
Yep.
Get on board and get back in the game. Let's go. We're blending cultures, hip hop, metal, you name it.
Sounds awesome, man. Thank you very much. Thank you,
Barnaby, for everything you do, man, for the culture. You're a phenomenal guy, and I want to say it's really appreciated.
Yeah, no worries, man. You have a great rest of your day, all right? And have a good one.
You too, boss.
Cool. Thank you.
Thanks again.
Bye-bye.